Ever imagined stepping straight from, say, your stunning villa onto your own yacht, ready to explore those turquoise waters?
It's the dream, isn't it?
It really is. And Thailand, with its just incredible tropical beauty, well, it makes that dream maybe surprisingly attainable.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're navigating the landscape of luxury marina properties in Thailand.
We've sorted through quite a bit of information trying to pull out the key stuff for you.
Exactly, helping you feel, properly in the know, but without getting totally overwhelmed by the details.
And what's really interesting, I think, straight away is the kind of energy in this market right now.
How so?
Well, we're seeing this increased interest, especially from international buyers. It suggests it's quite a dynamic time to be looking at this.
Absolutely. And,
Yeah.
while you might picture a villa with marina access and immediately think, okay, sleek boats.
Right. Boat parking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's important to understand, and our sources really stress this, it's about a much richer picture.
Definitely more than just the boat.
We're talking about a whole lifestyle, aren't we? That easy connection to the sea, those amazing waterfront views.
And that community aspect, too. People who share that passion.
Right. So if we sort of connect this to the bigger picture, Thailand, especially places like Phuket and Koh Samui, they've really cemented themselves as prime spots for this kind of high-end living.
Yeah, the infrastructure's there, the natural beauty. It's a strong combination.
It is. And speaking of those key spots, our deep dive today, it's going to focus quite a bit on Phuket. And remember, that's always pronounced Phuket, not Phuket.
Good point. Yeah. Phuket.
And also the equally attractive island of Koh Samui.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worth saying, a really valuable part of our understanding today, it comes from Ocean Worldwide.
Ah, yes. The luxury real estate agent.
That's them, based right there in Phuket, and they've been there since 2004. So, loads of experience.
That local presence for that long, it definitely counts for a lot. Sandra O'Neill, she's the director there.
Yes, and apparently she's helped literally thousands of families and investors over the years.
Wow. Okay, so they really know their stuff.
They do. And their specific focus is luxury residential real estate in Phuket and Koh Samui, which makes their perspective super relevant if, this is something you're considering.
Makes sense.
Precisely. So in this deep dive, we're going to chart a course through, well, the key locations you should know about. We'll look at the investment side,
Mm-hmm. The potential there.
dive into the lifestyle benefits, and touch on some really important things to think about if you're actually considering buying.
Okay, sounds good. Where should we start? Market dynamics.
Yeah, let's unpack that first. What makes now such an interesting time, maybe even a smart move, as some suggest, to look at these properties?
Well, like I mentioned, that increased demand, it doesn't seem to be just like a temporary thing. Thailand offers this really compelling package.
The lifestyle, the cost, maybe compared to elsewhere.
Exactly. A desirable lifestyle, often at a, well, relatively more accessible price point than some other top global spots. Plus, you've got this growth in high net worth individuals globally.
Right. Looking for second homes, investments.
Precisely. That's a big driver. So while the initial pull might be, wow, tropical paradise, the underlying strength of Thailand's tourism, the luxury market, it means these properties aren't just lifestyle buys. They can be pretty resilient investments, too.
That makes a lot of sense. It's not just the emotional appeal. There are real market forces.
Definitely.
But it's not just about the money either, is it? Our sources really hammer home that buying one of these villas, it's about embracing a certain way of life.
Oh, absolutely. It's that seamless move, from your living room to the ocean. It's the views becoming part of your everyday.
Yeah.
And like we said, connecting with that community, people who get your passion for boating, for the sea, it really does sort of elevate your quality of life.
So if someone listening is really picturing this lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
where in Thailand should they be focusing? Phuket, obviously, is a big one we mentioned.
Phuket's reputation is well-earned. It's Thailand's largest island, a real hotspot for luxury. And its property market is, well, it's robust.
Especially the luxury villa segment.
Yeah, very strong. Lots with marina access.
Yeah.
And it's driven by both local Thais and international buyers. They're drawn by that tropical lifestyle, sure, but also the potential for rental yields.
Right. Getting a return if you rent it out.
Exactly. The annual return you get from renting, usually as a percentage of the property value, that's a big factor for investors.
Okay. And within Phuket itself, there are specific areas that really stand out for marina access, right? Royal Phuket Marina comes up a lot.
It does. Royal Phuket Marina, it's on the east coast of Phuket. And it's really established itself as, well, world class.
Known for luxury waterfront villas, I gather.
Absolutely. And a very active yachting community. I mean, it's won awards. It hosts the Phuket International Boat Show. That says a lot about its standing.
Yeah, definitely. And the villas themselves sound pretty incredible. We're talking, what, 5+ bedrooms?
Often, yeah. Big private pools, like 20 meters or more sometimes. And private jetties.
Hmm.
Maybe 23 meters bliss. Enough for decent-sized yachts.
Wow. And all the modern features you'd expect, I assume.
Oh, completely. High-end finishes, modern amenities throughout.
But it's not just the house, is it? It's the whole environment there.
No, exactly. The community amenities at Royal Phuket Marina are a huge draw. You've got restaurants, shops, obviously the marina itself, gated security,
Fitness centers, kids clubs.
all of that. It really helps build that sense of community, you know? It's not just a collection of houses.
It sounds much more like a lifestyle destination, really centered around the water.
That's a good way to put it. And the events, like the boat show, regattas, they keep things active and engaged.
Okay. Then there's Aopo Grand Marina, also on the East Coast.
Right. Ewopo offers something maybe a little different. Its big advantage is the incredibly easy access to Phang.
Oh, stunning area.
Just breathtaking. And all those islands around there. So if you love exploring by boat, it's perfectly placed. It tends to feel a bit quieter, more secluded than some of the West Coast spots.
Right, a different vibe. And we should also mention Boat Lagoon.
Definitely. Boat Lagoon is one of Phuket's original marinas. It's got that history.
So, more established.
Yeah, a really well-established mix of homes and marina facilities. It's built up a strong community feel over many years. Its longevity kind of speaks for itself.
Okay. Now, stepping away from those maybe more famous names, our sources mention something called Maison Marina Panwa, described as a bit of a hidden gem in Phuket.
Yeah, Maison Marina Panwa is interesting because it's in a quieter part of Phuket.
Cape Panwa area.
Exactly. So it offers a bit more peace, maybe, than the more bustling tourist centers. But you're still close enough to amenities.
The villas there, what's the style?
They're described as really focusing on natural light, big windows, open plan living, flowing out onto terraces. Sounds ideal for, really enjoying the climate.
And the key thing, private marina access.
That's the big plus, especially for boaters, that immediate connection to the water. But even if you're not out on a boat every day, just having the marina there adds to that feeling of, luxury and relaxation.
Yeah, I could see that. And it's near beaches, restaurants, cultural spots too.
Apparently so. It offers that balance, a peaceful escape, but you can still easily tap into everything else Phuket offers, that blend of quiet and convenience.
Okay, so Phuket clearly offers a lot. But it's not the only game in town. Koh Samui comes up as a strong alternative.
Koh Samui definitely presents a different feel. It's generally seen as having a more relaxed pace than Phuket.
But still plenty of high-end properties.
Oh, yes. It combines that sort of classic Thai island charm with really modern comforts and luxury. That's its appeal for many.
And the luxury developments there, have they taken off recently?
They really have. You can find everything from huge villas with private infinity pools to very stylish condos, often with incredible sea views. Many come with things like private beach access spas, top-notch restaurants on site.
Right. But what about the actual marina access on Samui? Is it as common as in Phuket?
Maybe not quite the same concentration of large dedicated marinas like Phuket has, but there are definitely still excellent options for boat owners.
Like properties with their own moorings.
Exactly. Some developments offer private moorings or they're located very close to existing marinas. The key things you'd look for are that proximity, private mooring options, making sure there's deep water access if needed.
Boat maintenance nearby.
Yeah, even things like on-site maintenance services can be available in some high-end spots.
And Koh Samui also has its own cultural attractions, doesn't it? Temples, markets.
It does. There's a rich cultural side to Samui. It offers a chance to experience local life alongside the luxury. It's part of that blend, high-end living mixed with cultural immersion.
So a different flavor to the luxury experience compared to Phuket, perhaps.
Yeah, I'd say so. Maybe a bit more laid back, integrated with the island's natural beauty and culture. Still luxurious, but a different atmosphere.
Okay. Now, for a lot of people thinking about this kind of purchase, the investment angle is obviously pretty important. What do the sources say about that?
Well, the general trend seems to be that steady rise in interest, particularly from overseas buyers that we talked about.
Right.
That demand, combined with Thailand's lifestyle appeal and, relatively competitive prices compared to some other global hotspots, it generally means these properties tend to hold their value well.
And potentially appreciate.
Potentially, yes, especially in those prime locations with good management and desirable features. There's definitely potential for capital appreciation.
And if you're not living there year-round, the rental income potential is there too.
Exactly. High-end villas in places like Phuket or Samui are very attractive to holiday renters, so that can provide a decent revenue stream for owners.
But like any investment,
There are risks involved. Absolutely. You need to do your homework, get good financial advice. It's crucial.
and the Thai property market itself,
Yeah,
it has its complexities, right? Which brings us back to needing good advice on the ground.
it really does. Working with a reputable local agent is so important, someone who really understands the local market nuances.
Like the team at Ocean Worldwide in Phuket you mentioned, with that long track record.
Precisely. Their kind of expertise can be invaluable for navigating the market, finding the right property, negotiating, and handling all the paperwork correctly.
Yeah, speaking of paperwork, the legal side, that sounds like a big hurdle, especially for foreign buyers.
It's definitely something you need to understand clearly. The main point is that foreigners generally can't own land outright in Thailand.
So how does it work? Leaseholds.
Leasehold is the most common way. You get a lease on the land, typically for 30 years, usually with options to renew.
Options, not guarantees.
Well, the renewals are common, but the terms might be subject to negotiation when the time comes. That's where good legal advice up front is key.
And the other option, buying through a Thai company.
Yes, that's another structure used. But again, it has its own complexities. The bottom line is you absolutely must get advice from a reputable lawyer who specializes in Thai property law.
Don't try and wing it.
Definitely not. They'll guide you through the options, the paperwork, make sure everything's legal and above board.
Okay, super important. So let's shift back to the lifestyle aspect. Assuming you've navigated the buying process, what are the day-to-day benefits of actually living in one of these places?
Well, for boaters, the convenience is it's a game changer.
No more trailering the boat, waiting at ramps.
Exactly. Your boat is right there, practically in your backyard. It removes all those logistical hassles. Plus, you've got easy access to Marina services, fuel, maintenance, cleaning. It just makes boating so much easier and more enjoyable.
I can imagine. But even if you're not a massive boating fanatic, the lifestyle itself seems like a big upgrade.
It really is. Waking up to those water views every single day, enjoying the sea breeze, being part of that vibrant community.
Yeah.
It feels like you're on a permanent vacation almost. And these places often come with access to amazing amenities, pools, restaurants, maybe exclusive clubs.
And that community aspect you mentioned earlier,
Yeah,
being around like-minded people.
that's a huge plus for many. You naturally connect with others who share that love for the sea, for boating. It makes forming friendships easy.
Social events, maybe.
Often, yeah. Marinas frequently organize gatherings, parties, events. It helps you build a social circle, feel part of a close-knit community. It's really a lifestyle built around the sea.
Right. Now let's talk about the villas themselves. The design, the architecture. What are the trends we're seeing?
Contemporary design is definitely dominant. Think open-plan living.
Lots of glass.
Huge amounts. Floor-to-ceiling windows are very common.
Yeah.
Maximizing light and those incredible views. Generally a minimalist aesthetic, clean lines.
Blurring indoor and outdoor living.
Exactly. Creating that seamless flow is key. Neutral color palettes are often used, too, to enhance that feeling of space and sophistication.
And sustainability. Is that becoming more important in these luxury builds?
Increasingly so, yes. There's a definite trend towards using eco-friendly materials, installing energy-efficient appliances.
Solar panels, rainwater harvesting.
Both are becoming more common. Gray water recycling, too. It's partly environmental awareness, partly about attracting buyers who value that, and partly about potential long-term cost savings on utilities.
Makes sense. What about inside? Interior design trends, what's the vibe?
The main goal seems to be creating calm and relaxation. Lots of natural materials, wood, stone, bamboo, bringing the outside in texturally.
Layering.
Yeah, layering textures with things like plush fabrics, maybe handcrafted furniture, local artwork. It adds depth and warmth. And of course, smart home technology is huge.
Controlling lights, climate security from your phone?
Pretty much, yeah. It adds that layer of convenience and, let's be honest, a bit of a cool factor that fits the luxury image. Local craftsmanship is often highlighted too.
Okay, so if someone's getting serious, they're ready to start looking, navigating the actual buying process. It can feel overwhelming. Key steps.
First step, absolutely crucial. Find a really good agent.
Reliable, trustworthy, knows the market inside out.
Exactly. Someone like the folks at Ocean Worldwide we mentioned with that deep local knowledge. Ask around for recommendations, check reviews online, maybe even talk to a couple of agents before deciding.
And they can save you time and stress.
Massively. Time, money, stress. And they often know about properties before they even hit the public market.
Right. And then understanding the property laws again.
Cannot stress this enough, especially for foreigners. You have to understand the basics, leasehold, freehold, the ownership restrictions.
Do your own research, but definitely get independent legal advice.
Absolutely. From a specialist in Thai property law, don't rely solely on the seller's lawyer or even just the agent. Get your own counsel. Skipping this is just asking for trouble down the line.
Okay. And once you find a place you love, negotiation.
Yeah.
Any tips?
Do your homework on pricing. Know what similar properties have sold for.
Be prepared to walk away.
Always. It's your strongest negotiating tool. Don't be afraid to make an initial offer below the asking price. It's expected.
And think beyond just the price.
Yeah, consider non-price factors. Maybe negotiate for furniture to be included or for the seller to cover certain closing costs. It's a big decision. Take your time. Get professional advice.
Good advice. Now, when you're looking at these luxury villas, the amenities are a huge part of the appeal. What should people really look for?
Well, a private pool is pretty much a given, but look beyond just a basic pool. Infinity edges, built-in jacuzzis, that elevates it.
In gardens.
Lush, private tropical gardens are a big draw. They create that sense of an oasis, an escape. Smart home tech, as we said, is increasingly expected.
Security features.
Definitely important for peace of mind. Look beyond just an alarm, 247 security guards, CCTV, maybe even biometric access and some high-end development.
And practical stuff too, right? Like backup power.
Oh, yeah, essential. Backup generators, good water filtration systems, reliable, high-speed internet. Those are practical necessities for comfortable living.
Any other desirable extras? Home cinema, Jim.
Those are definitely popular. A home cinema room, a private, well-equipped gym, maybe even a spa or wellness area. Those add another layer of luxury.
Okay, so looking forward, what's next for these kinds of properties in Thailand? Any future developments or trends?
We're definitely seeing new projects aiming even higher, pushing the boundaries of luxury and innovation.
Creating whole lifestyle destinations.
Kind of, yeah. With even more enhanced amenities, bigger pools, better gyms, exclusive restaurants right on site. It's all about attracting those very discerning buyers.
And what effect do these new high-end projects usually have on property values nearby?
Generally, if a project is well planned and successful, it tends to lift property values in the surrounding area. It makes the whole location more desirable.
But if it's poorly managed?
Then it could potentially have the opposite effect or just not meet expectations. So the quality of the development matters.
And sustainability. Is that becoming even more central in future plans?
It seems to be a really strong focus on eco-friendly features, not just solar panels and rainwater harvesting, but thinking about sustainable materials, waste management, water conservation.
Green roofs, maybe?
Yeah.
Efficient appliances.
All of that. It's partly about responsibility, partly appealing to buyers who care about this, and partly about those potential lower running costs. Some are even looking at things like using recycled materials or creating artificial reefs to enhance the marine environment.
Wow, okay, so the market sounds like it's really dynamic and still evolving.
It really is. New projects are constantly raising the bar on luxury and sustainability. It's definitely an interesting space to watch or potentially invest in.
So to sort of bring our deep dive towards a close, Thailand, and especially places like Phuket and Koh Samui, they offer some genuinely compelling and quite diverse options if you're dreaming of that luxury villa with marina access.
Absolutely. Each place has its own unique character, its own pros and cons depending on what you're looking for.
And as we've really tried to emphasize, getting your head around the market, the legal stuff, especially if you're an international buyer, and really thinking about the lifestyle fit, those are all critical.
They really are. And leveraging the knowledge of local experts like Ocean Worldwide in Phuket, with their experience since 2004 helping thousands of buyers, that kind of insight can be incredibly valuable.
Couldn't agree more. So, with all these luxurious possibilities out there in places like Phuket and Koh Samui, maybe the question for you listening is, what specific aspect of arena living truly resonates with your ideal lifestyle?
Good question to ponder.
Yeah. Hopefully our chat today gives you a good starting point to explore that further and see what opportunities might be waiting for you in Thailand.